Do you remember the first story that was so spellbinding that it drove you to break the rules and stay up all night? To keep reading, keep listening, keep playing? So good you forgot your life and lived there?
So good that the moment it ended, you asked yourself, what next?
Welcome to the Flore. Our goal is to take you back, take you deeper, to explore and understand more, and relive that childlike wonder.
Join us as we dive deep into humanity's greatest stories, no matter how they are told, through books, movies, television, even games.
One of us does an in-depth research on our topic. One of us is familiar with the topic.
And one of us knows nothing. So the right questions will always be asked and will be addressed for anyone coming into the topic, regardless of how much you know.
Enjoy another world, another adventure, another spellbinding story. Join us on the Flore. Welcome to the Flore. These are something we've kind of tried to do and just have not been able to just work it into our regular schedule, but this will be a news episode. So just new things or things to keep an eye on in the various worlds that we dive into the deep lore, or just adjacent properties that you might be interested in if you're interested in these worlds. So I will begin with D&D. Recently we had the release of Spelljammer Adventure in Space for 5e, and this brought up the Hadazoe controversy. They are primates that kind of serve as servants on the ships. You can dive deeper into that if it interests you, but that was just two things that came out. The adventure was released, and then there was the controversy. The D&D movie starring Chris Pine is scheduled for release in 2023. The live action TV show for D&D, we now know more that it will be focused on Dritz de Warden and some of his origins there, and will definitely draw a lot on the work of R.A. Salvatore, who has written multiple novels on him. Finally, The Legend of Vox Machina, the Critical Role cartoon, they don't have a firm date on the release, but it should be later this year, and if it doesn't come out in 2022, it will definitely be January of 2023.
Hopefully.
The Witcher Season 3 still does not have a release date, but it will be in 2023 at the earliest. So we're still waiting on that. In Game of Thrones, The House of the Dragon has released on HBO, and this is 200 years before the events of the Game of Thrones, sorry. And so you can check that out there. This is kind of the height of Targaryen power. Lord of the Rings, we got the Rings of Power that released at the very beginning of September. And it looks like the central characters that you will recognize are going to be Galadriel and Elrond. But this is when they are very young, very early in their lives. And as of yet, unnamed wizard. So we debated watching it whether it was Gandalf or Radagast, because it's tough to tell at this moment. And finally, Brandon Sanderson. So if you're familiar with his 4 secret books, the titles and some early chapters for those secret projects have been released on his website. So you can check those out there. On to you, Eli.
Well, real quick, I just want to point out that we'll probably be diving into his Cosmere in the next year or so.
You think so? That's a heavy project.
I'm done with Cell, and I'm moving into the Mistborn universe, so I'll be ready.
Okay.
Well, I'm in the dark on that.
All right, Eli,
right.
News in your worlds.
All right. In Dune, we have Dune Awakening coming to us from Funcom, the creators of Conan Exiles. Trailer out now for this, the survival MMO. You can add it to your wish list on Steam now. Created in the aesthetic of the 2021 film, we have vehicles, space harvesting, shelter building, and shifting landscapes after sandstorms. Will be coming to PC, PS5, Xbox Series, and the release date is to be announced, and expectations are they're a year or more out. We also have Dune the Sisterhood coming to us from HBO and Legendary Television, known for shows like Lost in Space, Night Sky, and The Expanse. A prequel to Dune is this is a prequel to Dune and focus on the workings of the Bene Gesserit. We have Dana Admu as the showrunner. She's known for Empire and The Haunting of Bly Manor. We also have Kevin J. Anderson, the author who co-wrote the prequels to Dune, detailing the Butlerian Jihad with Brian Herbert. So those are the two new things that are exciting that we will be expecting soon. Cyberpunk Edge Runners in the Cyberpunk universe is a Netflix series coming from CD Projekt Red. This is dropping on September 13th.
One quick thing to note, if you're a Cyberpunk fan, you will be happy with this. If you are not familiar with Cyberpunk, become familiar with Cyberpunk before you watch it, because it's not E for everyone.
It's not E for everyone. That's
Their trailer is not safe for work.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So there's an animated series coming out in Night City following David Martinez, a legendary edge runner, with a drink named after him that you can order in Cyberpunk 2077 at the Afterlife. David's jacket has been shown in game teasers for the next free DLC that will be announced September 6th on CD Projekt Red's Twitch channel, Cyberpunk Wire. And they will also be talking about the update 1.6 and what that will entail. This will probably be our final update until the expansion coming out next year. In the Alien universe, we have Alien, the FX series. Concept art was leaked that you can see at avpgalaxy.net. We see the USCSS Maginot, a Weyland-Yutani ship, crashed into a city controlled by Prodigy Corporation, a rival of a Weyland-Yutani Corp, as well as people wandering into a misty room, which usually means eggs, and as well as a xenomorph snatching up someone in a hallway. That's it for me, Aaron.
All right, I didn't go into as much detail as you guys, but mine is kind of plastered everywhere. So I'm going to really go over just some of the highlights and then really what I'm excited for, because Marvel and DC is huge. Real quick, if you haven't had a chance, I know we haven't dove into DC yet, but I still think that anyone who is a Marvel fan should like DC a little bit. So if you don't, make sure you go and get HBO Max and start watching all the animated movies, because Marvel Cinematic Universe is awesome, but DC takes the cake for their animated shows and movies, just so you guys know. But what's upcoming is Black Panther Wakanda Forever in Marvel. The Marvels, Ant-Man and the Wasp is set to release 2023. So Black Panther is going to be this year. The Marvels with Carol Danvers, Kamala Khan, and Monica, I can't say her last name, Rambio. That's set to release in 2023. So a lot of these movies are going to be 2023. We're going to have another Guardians, so Volume 3. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So if you guys enjoyed the animated Miles Morales film, this will be a follow-up. I'm really excited for, so in DC Universe, Black Adam, and then the second Shazam movie. And then these are lesser known movies coming out, but these are really the only ones that matter to me. Blade 2023, November. Kraven the Hunter. This one's got me on the edge of my seat because he's one of my favorite villains.
Is he one of Spider-Man's?
He is. He likes, he's basically the OG trophy hunter, but he hunts with like blades and things. So he doesn't trophy hunt with a sniper. He trophy hunts with blades and things. And Spider-Man is the ideal trophy hunt. So that's why Kraven's just a really cool character. He's one of my favorites. They have a Flash movie coming out in 2023. And then the other one that I am so stoked for, that I hope they do well, you guys won't even know who this person is, but it's DC. His name is Blue Beetle.
So you like the Tick?
No.
I
So
sounds like the dick.
Jaime Reyes is the name of the character. He's a Mexican American teenager. He gets bonded with an alien piece. It's alien technology, but it's sentient. And so he's cool because he's a younger hero and he has to learn how to be a hero and go to high school, pretty much.
So very much the flavor of Spider-Man there.
Spider-Man and Shazam.
Okay, yeah, that's Shazam as well.
And then the last one on here is Captain America New World Order, which I thought we lost Captain America, and that comes out in 2024. So
will
that could be interesting.
Will that be Chris Evans or is that going to be somebody else?
That'll be in our next news segment.
Okay.
I would imagine if you watch the TV show, you know who it's going to be. But I would not be surprised if Chris Evans is in it at least a bit.
Okay.
And that's it for Marvel and DC.
Awesome. Do you have a different world or is that it?
Those are those two. I didn't get any news for Monsterverse.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Like I said, we've tried this in the past. We haven't been very regular, but we do want to know if it's something you want more of, just as a way to kind of condense everything you like or might be interested in into one thing, and you know where to go out and look for new stuff. So let us know, and thanks for your time. Thanks for listening.
Leave us a review. Tell us why you like listening to us. Is it our awesome deep dives? Is it our amazing back and forth? Is it our charming good looks?
What would you like us to add or change? You can put that in the review as well. We read reviews.
Yeah, and if you're going to be leaving us a review telling us what you like about it, maybe you even want to share the content with your friends. Like and share on social media. You can join us on Twitter and Facebook. We post memes. And we actually started a Discord, so come play with us.
So a lot of the worlds we cover have a retcon. If you're not familiar with that term, it's reconstruction. Or sometimes we might use a bad source for some of our lore research. And if that happens, feel free to email us at florefantasyandlore@gmail.com. That is Flore spelled Flore, fantasyandlore@gmail.com. And if you're angry enough, we'll read it on the air.
Yes, we will. Also, the treasure room is now available. We have locked a few secrets for everything we cover in there. And each week, we add more.
And you can find the treasure room on patreon.com/Flore Fantasy and Lore. And how do you spell that, Aaron?
That's lore with an F at the beginning. So it sounds like floor, but it's not the floor you're thinking because it's our floor.
We hope you enjoyed your time on the floor. Think about your favorite part of the episode. Now, think about your nerdiest friend. Who is it? What is their name? They want to know about the floor. Stop holding out on them. Go and tell them about your favorite part.
Because all of this is more fun together.